Hello everybody, welcome into Autographs TTM. Glad you're here. It's been a couple weeks since I've made a video. The holidays slows not only the TTM down, but everybody else as well. But I'm ready today. We've got some baseball, football, and even a golf for you. So let's get going. Just a couple of quick reminders here before we jump into the cards. Don't forget to follow me at Autographs TTM Bob. Also make sure you're checking out my store at laughwithdad.etsy.com. Got some nice TTM items there as well as some other funny t-shirts and things. The page is linked in the description below. There's a couple of the TTM items we have, so check that out as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any videos. It also helps me, obviously, in the YouTube algorithm to hit a little bit higher on those searches. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. Steve Rogers. So we'll kick it off with Steve Rogers, who was an Expo pitcher. He was born in Jefferson City, Missouri in 1949, so that makes him 73. He was the 4th overall pick by the Expos in the 1971 amateur draft. Debuted with them in 1973, so he spent a couple of years there in the minors, and he finished with them in 1985. The Expos is the only team that Steve played for. Some final stats for him. He was 158 and 152. He had a 3.17 ERA. He had 1,621 strikeouts, and is a member of the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. So that came back in 16 days, so just a little over 2 weeks. Looks really sweet with that blue Sharpie on that Expo card. Danny Darwin is up next. Danny was born Danny Wayne Darwin on October 25th, 1955 in Bonham, Texas. He was known as the Bonham Bullet and Dr. Death. Not sure why Dr. Death came in, but Bonham Bullet, I certainly understand. He was drafted by the Rangers right out of high school, and he played in the majors for 20 seasons for 10 different teams. So a very long career for Danny. Some final stats for him. He had a record of 171 and 182 with an ERA of 3.84 and 1,942 strikeouts. Danny went on to coach at both the minor and major league level after his baseball career ended. David Frost, our first golfer here, is up next. He was actually born in Cape Town, South Africa, so he's a South African in 1959 at the age of 63 right now. He was ranked in the top 10 of the official world golf rankings in the late early 90s. He previously played on the European, PGA, Sunshine, and European Senior Tour, and is currently playing on the PGA Tour of Champions. His professional career consisted of 29 wins, and his highest finish was tied for 5th in 1995. David also represented his home country of South Africa in the 1999 World. Moving over to football, we've got Jeff Cross. So Jeff was born in Riverside, California on May 25th, 1966. He is currently 56 years old. He was a defensive end drafted by the Dolphins in the 9th round of the 1988 NFL Draft. He played for the Dolphins from 88 to 96. That is the only team he played for. Some stats for Jeff. He had 377 tackles in his career, along with 59.5 sacks and 1 interception. In 2018, Jeff actually signed a one-day contract so he could officially retire as a Dolphin. His return came back in 39 days. Another football player we've got here, John Rade. John is actually a really good signer. He was born in Ceres, California in 1960, so that makes him 62. Drafted in the 8th round by the Falcons in the 83 draft. He played from 1983 to 1991. John achieved 4 100-plus tackle seasons with the Falcons and a high career for tackles of 145 in 1990. He's also a member of the 1983 All-Rookie team, and he did only play for the Falcons. His post-football days included a career in education where he served as a high school athletic director. All right, here's where I'm sending out this week. I'm going to switch over from sports to celebrities. We've got Danny Trejo. I'm going to send it to Heather Thomas. If you grew up in the 80s, you know who Heather Thomas was. Jimmy Smits, Annie Potts. Jumping over to the other side, we've got Jason Lee, who is in a great TV show, My Name is Earl. Larry the Cable Guy, everybody knows who that is. And Vern Lindquist, who is an announcer. So it appears he's signing. We're going to give it a shot and see if we can get a great announcer's autograph. So here, something from my collection. This is a unique one, an interesting signature, and I got it while he was doing a speaking engagement. So that's Joe Theismann, who, interestingly enough, shared that his real name is Theismann, but in college, when they were trying to get him the Heisman Trophy, they asked him to change his name because they thought Theismann sounded better than Theismann. So, very nice guy, very nice signature. That's part of my collection. All right, here we've got the Identify the Autograph from last week, and nobody guessed it, but it was Tim Lincecum. So Tim actually pitched no two hitters and has 2 Cy Young awards. So that's the autograph. If you got that, not sure how you would have because that looks nothing like Tim Lincecum. Here's next week. This is a crazy one. This is actually a singer, so a celebrity. So make sure you come back next week to make sure you get that autograph. All right, just a couple of reminders here. Don't forget Instagram autographs, TTM Bob. Make sure you check out my store. I've got some TTM items at laughwithdad.etsy.com. Can't seem to say that. There's a couple of the items we got there. And then until next time, hopefully your mailbox is full and your mail carrier thinks you're crazy. Take care, everybody. See you next week.